Oh, baby. Now that was a storm. Holy mac. Hey, I'm down here in Morse, Saskatchewan. So, Mr. Trudeau, you claimed in the Hague, Brussels, in the Hague in Brussels, that disinformation is a serious risk to democracy. I couldn't agree with you more. Wow, we actually got on the same page. That was last fall. And then just in March, you said you while you were in Warsaw, Poland, you said we should work together to work against misinformation and disinformation. Well, damn. Hey, brother. I'm 100% with you, brother. I tell you what, I'm gonna help you out, my buddy. My best pal. I'm gonna help you out. You see, I got two incidences. But first, I want to say, I think not only should they be deplatformed and then charged to the fullest extent of the law, but let's add one on there, okay? Anybody that acts out upon misinformation or disinformation should also suffer the consequences. Are we in agreement? I think we're in agreement. That would be a pretty good agreement, wouldn't it? You know, let's stamp it out. Let's go for it, dude. All right. So you would say that anyone, and I would agree with you, anyone that promotes any type of violence against Canadian citizens should be prosecuted. Fullest extent of the law. That's misinformation. That's disinformation. Whatever you want to call it. If they provide information that actuates violence against Canadians, they should be prosecuted. Are we in agreement? I think we're in agreement. Can't see why you wouldn't be in agreement for that. All right. Okay. How about if somebody falsely claims foreign investment into a movement against Canadians? Falsely accuses Canadians of taking foreign money to work against its government. What do you think? You think they should be charged too? I think that's a pretty big charge there. You know, that's conspiracy. But we'll talk about conspiracy theories in another video I have planned. Well, you see, both my instances are from the CBC. So, you want to stamp out disinformation? There you go, buddy. Let's get rid of the CBC. Let's charge them. Oh, and guess what? You yourself were the one that acted upon the information the CBC gave you. You see, the CBC put out a story, fake news story, stating that there was violence in the protests. You use this to justify enacting the Emergencies Act and bringing violence to the protest in Ottawa. You brought the violence yourself. You see, I know this because I was there, for one, and for two, the chief of police for Ottawa said the crime rate in Ottawa, in the downtown core, had dropped 90%. Interesting. Said that there was no violent incidences within the convoy. That was Chief Sorley. And then when Chief Bell came in, he reinforced it and said the exact same thing. There was no violence. But okay, all right. But the CBC put out a second story saying that the convoy was funded by foreign influences, foreign investors and foreign influences. Well, FinTrack told you before they released this story, before CBC released this story, that there was no foreign influence. that it was Canadians investing, not investing, but donating to a legal, yes, legal organization. What's the word I'm looking for here? A charitable foundation. That's the word I'm looking for. Yes, it was a registered charitable foundation. It was legal. It was a legal foundation to help offset the costs of the protest. Canadians donated to that. And FinTrack told you that there was no suspicious activity in the finances. But you still froze people's bank accounts. And on top of all that, the CBC told you who financed it before it was hacked. Interesting. Interesting. And these are the two justifications, major justifications that you use to enact the Emergencies Act and seize people's bank accounts. Discrediting the financial institutions of Canada and the federal government. You use the CBC story that there was violence in town and that the police services, different levels of the police services, requested that you use the Emergency Act, where all the police services said, nope, we never asked for it. We could deal with it without this. There are laws to deal with it. And we keep saying that you invoked the Emergencies Act because the blockades at the borders. Well, they were already down before you invoked it. So that's not true. That was using normal police services. Actual laws on the books. So this is all false misinformation, disinformation, right from your office. No, correction, right from your mouth, to justify the abuse of Canadians in multi-forms, multifaceted ways. We should prosecute. You should go back to The Hague and explain. That's a good place to do it. Welcome to the Fringe.